Hello guys, welcome to InterviewBit. So guys, in this video I will be solving Leetcode 174, that is dungeon games. So it is a hard problem. So it is a very popular problem also. So now you can read the problem statement yourself. So I will break down the problem statement for you. So basically in this question we are given a 2D grid in which there are negative integers which represents the demons and positive integers which represents the orbs, and also we are given a king which is placed at top left corner and a princess placed at bottom right corner. So the knight has to rescue the princess by traveling through this grid, and we have to determine the minimum initial health of the knight so that he is able to rescue the princess. All right, so once again, so the knight has to travel through this grid and rescue the princess. So we have to find the initial minimum health of the knight. So and also the grid contains negative integers which represents demons and positive integers which represents orbs. That is, orbs will increase the energy of knight and demons will decrease the energy of knight. All right, so we have to find the minimum initial health. So let's see, for this example the answer is 7. So now let's see how the answer is 7. So for example, suppose we will solve our problem from bottom up. So from last grid where the princess is um, kept to the top left corner. So in order to survive, the king must have energy of 6 units. Basically, if the king would have come from here, also it is also given in the question that the king can only move rightwards or downwards. So the only moves allowed are downwards or rightwards. So now let's see how the answer will come for this example. So we will start bottom up. All right, so in order to survive in this cell, so let me first give index also 0 1 2 0 1 2. So in order to survive at 2,2 cell, the knight must come here with the energy of 6 units in order to survive, because if it comes with a value less than this then he will die. All right, so this is clear to you, I think. So now let's solve for this cell. So for cell 2 comma 1, so basically here is a orb which gives energy of 30 units. So what is the minimum energy that the knight must have here is 1 unit. So basically if the knight comes surviving only, then he will be able to move forward. All right, so the minimum energy here is 1 unit, here is 6 units. So let's see for this cell, that is 1 comma 2. So we are finding what is the minimum energy that the knight must have before reaching this block. So for before reaching this block, we will see first how much energy is needed by total energy needed by knight in this cell, that is equals to 6, because either he will come from here or from here. So the minimum energy would have been 6. So in order to survive in this cell, so as to continue moving forward, the knight must have a minimum energy of 5 before coming to this cell. Before coming to 1 comma 2, the knight must have 5 units of energy. All right, so now let's see for this block. So we have calculated the answer for this. 5, and here is 6, here is 1. So now let's see for this. So in order to, from this cell, the knight can go to either here or here. So we have to see what is the answer for both the directions. So let's see for going rightwards. So the knight must have an energy of 11 units before coming to this cell, so as to reach the end, because 11 minus 10 would become equals to 1. So basically this would have 15 units of energy. So if it comes with the energy of 15 units, then 15 minus 10 would become 5. Then he can go to here also. And for reaching downwards, so it must have basically we need 11 minus 10 equals to 1. So to get the value 1, he must have a energy of 11. So the answer for this cell would be 11. We will take the minimum. All right, so now let's see for this block. For this block, he can go here. So what is the energy needed here is 5. So the orb is present of value 3. So the knight before coming to this place must have an energy of 2 units. So now let's see here, the king from here will go to here. So here is a demon of -3. So the energy needed here is 5, because 5 minus 3 will become 2. All right, I will do this similarly for this block. So for this he needs an energy of 1, because 1 plus 10 is greater than 1. So, and here we will need a minimum of energy 6, because 6 minus 5 is 1. And here if it come go here and go here, so for going here it will need a minimum energy of 7, and for going here it will need a minimum energy of 6 plus 2, that is 8. All right, so our answer will be minimum of these two, that is 7. So answer will become 7. All right, so hopefully you have understood this example. Now let's see how to solve this problem. So you can see we are forming our solution based on the previous computations. So basically we can see we are using dynamic programming. So now let's see how we will write the code and understand the logic for dynamic programming. All right, so let's see. So we will have a grid of 4 cross 4, 1 2 3, and here is 1 2 3. So to reach at the last cell, it must have an energy of 1 unit, that it must survive, the knight must survive. So also we will be having 1 here and 1 here, and all here is infinity, because the knight can not reach here. So this is our initialization. In here also we can have infinity. So because, so to survive at the last cell, it must have a minimum energy of 1 unit. All right, so now we will calculate our answer upwards from bottom right to the top left. So here we will have an energy of 6 unit, which is computed by minimum of this. If we create a dpij that represents the energy needed if the knight start from d I comma j. So dpij will represent the energy needed if the knight start from I comma j. So for this value we will calculate minimum of dp I plus 1, that is I plus 1 comma j, I plus 1 j comma dp of I comma j plus 1, and minus current cell, that is this, suppose this matrix grid is A, so A of I j. All right, this would be our recurrence relation formula. So for this we will have minimum of dp I plus 1 j, that is from minimum of this, that is 1. So 1 minus of minus 5 is 6. Then we would come here, so here we would have minimum of this comma this, that is 6. 6 minus 1 is 5. And then we would come here, then here we have, there is 3, so minimum of these two, that is 5. 5 minus 3 is 2. Now solving for this, minimum of these two, that is 6. Then 6 minus 30 is, so 6 minus 30 would come minus 24. And if we would write a condition, if dpij becomes less than or equals to 0, then we will do dpij equals to 1, that is minimum energy that the king must have to reach so dpij, if it is less than 0 or equal to 0, we will make it equals to 1. So we will make here 1, and here minimum is infinity comma 1, minimum is 1, and 1 minus 10 is minus 9. So we would write 1 here, because if dpij is less than 0, then we would assign dpij equals to 1, so in order to survive the king. All right, now for this case, minimum of these two, that is 1, and 1 minus of minus 10 is 11. All right, now for this case, minimum of these two, that is 2, and 2 minus of minus 3 is 5. And for this case, minimum of these two, that is 1, and 1 minus of minus 5 is 6. And for here it is minus 2, so minus 5 minus of minus 2, that is 7 minimum, so our answer would be 7. All right, now let's write the code for it. So now let's write code for it. So I have already written the code, I will be explaining it to you. So forgot this, so I have created two variables, n and m, crossing the dimension or representing the dimensions of the grid. N represents the number of rows and m represents the number of column. And I have created a dp matrix and filled with infinity. And also I have made the last two bottom and right cell equals to 1, that is, for example, I have created these cells as 1 and all these are infinities. All right, so as to get the answer. All right, so now I have created a loop moving upwards, starting from last cell, that is bottom right cell, to the top left cell. And I am filling our dp matrix by the formula that I have already explained. dpij equals to minimum of dpi j plus 1 comma dp I plus 1 j, and subtracting the current value of dungeon, that is the cell. All right, and if dpij becomes less than or equals to 0, then so as to make the king survive, I am assigning dpij equals to 1, and finally returning the top left cell, that is the minimum energy or minimum health the king must have in order to rescue the princess. All right, so let's run the code. This is accepted, and after submission it will also get submitted, so you can see. So hopefully you are able to understand this problem. So basically this is pretty much it, and this problem is a hard one, but the logic is very simple. So hopefully you are able to understand from this video, and if you are able to understand, then please like the video and do subscribe my channel, and thanks for watching.